guys. My name is Maliha, and I'm the host for this event today. Today, we have our special guest from the University of Hong Kong, Subaita Mahdia, and Ayat Rauf. Rauf my naam actually posted Chilona, but the more the merrier. So, we have our really they also got like 100% scholarship to the University of Hong Kong. So, for those of you who don't know, Pedagogy is an organization formed by the enthusiasts with the vision to enrich education. It's a virtual learning platform providing better bets and worthy wellness for every student. Working as a nonprofit organization, we aim to help students academically succeed by helping them with the required information. And what do we achieve? We see their smiles and keep our hopes high and dream for a better world to live in. Okay, so Amran, questions the trilogy. So HKU is the most prestigious university in all of Asia. It was ranked fourth, right? So
Yes, it was ranked third or fourth, I guess, in all of Asia.
yeah, can you give us a little backstory of why it's so prestigious and renowned?
Okay, so basically, the main history of HQ dates back to the early 1911. So it was formed during the British era when when Hong Kong was basically a British colony. So since then, the foundation of HQ um, has developed a lot, and it is mainly a research led university, and there are a lot of Nobel laureates and respected alumni that have graduated from this prestigious university.
Okay,
Um,
so that's
and also HQB comprises of 10 faculties, and it is ranked 22nd in entire world according to the QS rankings.
That's really great. So let's say you had to pitch HKU to a friend. What would you say the advantages a student can get by going to HKU?
I think I'll take note on answering that questions. Maybe I'll mention the 4 points why you should go to HKU. First of all, how do we judge a university? At first, we look at the ranking. HKU is ranked 22nd in the QS World Ranking, and for all of its subjects, and for some subjects, it is ranked in the 12th or 13th ranking too. So first note, it has a really good ranking. And on the second thing I would note is good scholarship. As we know, international students, especially students from Bangladesh, need a good scholarship to study in their universities abroad because, like, it's huge, it's huge money. We gotta be practical about it. So yeah, that's the second reason. HKU is generous on providing scholarships from all the curriculums to local and international students, both. So I think that would be the second point I would note. And the third point is HKU has a really good hall life. Like it's really HKU is renowned for its hall life. For example, I have been here for only like 21 days, and I'm living in Lapsey College. It's one of the residential halls in Hong Kong, and I've been so welcomed by the people here. They're holding so many events to make us feel welcome. They're holding like different hall activities, different hall competitions to they're even holding peer learning programs. They're assigning us to a designated senior who can help us throughout the entire process in HKU. So I think that's really comfortable to have. And the fourth point I would note is the perks of living in Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong is like the global business hub. All the big or multinational organizations have their base in Hong Kong. So I would say they have they have good like job prospects after graduation. They have good scopes for internships, and overall, it's a really wonderful and safe city. It's a metropolis city where you can enjoy all the facilities of living in the modern world. So yeah, I think these are the 4 points I would mention.
Okay, so let's move on to the main questions like application process. Taniye. So let's think একটা person block 0 তে আছে, they have minimal knowledge about how to apply to HKU. Like starting point কোথায়, like একদম first এ ওদের কি করতে হবে?
First তোমার আপু টাইমটা দেখতে হবে। Applications start around like mid-September to October. So you have to see like which timeline are you in. Yes, HKU application process, it's a rolling it goes on like with rolling admissions, but still applying early gives you a upper hand. So you have to take note on the time যে এখন কোন টাইম স্প্যান চলতেছে, আমি কোন সেমেস্টারের জন্য অ্যাপ্লাই করতে পারবো, আর ওভাবে ডকুমেন্টস গুলো ওই স্পেসে ডকুমেন্টস গুলো রেডি করতে হবে। So the first thing you should prepare is like the first thing you should do is like practice the personal statement because it's like super important. তোমার personal statementটা তোমার overall school experience, overall extracurricular experience, overall academic experience সবকিছু একটু সুন্দর করে ডিপিক্ট করে তোমাকে লিখতে শিখতে হবে। So I think the first thing you should do is start practicing the personal statement. Second thing is you should gather the official transcripts from your school. You need a valid passport to apply to HKU. So if you don't have it, then you should apply for the passport. And you need all the certificates of your extracurricular achievements and IELTS লাগে। তুমি যদি NC থেকে হও then তোমার IELTS must লাগবে। So IELTS না দিয়ে থাকলে ওইটাও দিয়ে দিতে হবে। And the last thing is recommendation letters from your teachers. Usually আমাদের কারিকুলামে টিচাররা recommendation letter কিভাবে লিখতে হয় এগুলো নিয়ে এত বেশি accustomed না। So I think you should knock your teachers, poke your teachers and gather the recommendation letters. Here.
আপু HKUতে কি ইন্টারভিউজ নেয়, লাইক অ্যাডমিশন হয়ে যাওয়ার পর কিছু ইউনিভার্সিটিতে ইন্টারভিউজ নেয়, কিছু ইউনিভার্সিটি বলে যে এসে সাবমিট করো, সাপ্লিমেন্টাল এসে সাবমিট করো, সো ইন্টারভিউ নেয় নাকি এসেস?
ইন্টারভিউ হচ্ছে, হ্যাঁ ইন্টারভিউ নেয়। তুমি অ্যাডমিশন পাওয়ার পর না, তুমি অ্যাপ্লিকেশন সাবমিট করার পর তোমাকে একটা মেল দিবে, বলবে দ্যাট উই আর ইনভাইটিং ইউ টু জয়েন আ ইন্টারভিউ। সো তখন ইন্টারভিউ নেবে। ইটস অ্যাকচুয়ালি আ গ্রুপ ইন্টারভিউ। I actually wanted to discuss this on the live too. Interviewটা হচ্ছে, it's a group interview. In your group there will be like 5 to 6 people and you will be given a prompt, a global prompt to talk about. Suppose a debate topic. Suppose you're given, like our interview personally I was given a topic talking about banks in India. So you will be given a global topic like banks in India. So the banking system in India, and we had to talk about it amongst the 4 of us, 6 of us in our group. So whoever can plot the most beneficial points and set up a good argument will have an upper hand in the interview.
So এটা ডিবেট সেটিং এ ইয়া হয় যে সবচেয়ে বেশি কথা বলতে পারে, she gets the chance, he or she gets the chance.
Criticism করতে হবে ওখানে।
May I just interrupt on this? Interview, it's more like a discussion rather than a debate, I would say. Because during my interview, people, you just need to basically find the main points that they want to know. I mean, it's not like you have to speak more. To just do a line, below you can just get in. So it's not about the amount you speak, rather the quality of points that you can show that you have the capability of, to handle tough situations or critical analysis. That's mainly that they look for.
Yeah, that's a great point. আমার একটা কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল স্ট্যান্ডার্ডাইজড টেস্ট নিয়ে। কিছু আর্টিকেলসে বলা হয়েছে যে এসএটি স্কোর দিতে হবে, আর আবার কয়েকজন বলে যে না জাস্ট আইএলটিএস দিলেই হয়ে যাবে। এটা কি একটু ক্লিয়ার আপ করা যাবে?
SAT score submit করা is not mandatory HKU তে, but তুমি যদি দাও it would give you an upper hand because SAT is a international standardized test. So if you submit your SAT it would give you a bonus point. তোমার যদি ভালো SAT score থাকে, do submit it. And as for IELTS, if you're from the national curriculum then IELTS দিতে হবে and you will need a minimum of 6.5.
Okay. So let's talk about the most popular majors. Like আপনাদের opinion এ সবচেয়ে স্টুডেন্টস বেশি কোনগুলোতে, মেজর্স গুলোতে?
Well,
I'd like to answer that.
Yeah, sure. Well, some of the most popular majors I would say is architecture because HQ ranks actually the third best university in the entire globe, I guess, for architecture. The last time I checked, and also financial technology or like data analysis, those kind of subjects majors. Um, because fintech is not offered in many universities, but it is one of the most important fields of study in the recent era. So I would say that those are the four shown majors that the university recommends or advertises about.
Engineering popular না ওখানে? I thought engineering
Yeah,
was.
as I said, data analysis, computer science related those subjects, they're more popular, but there are a lot of
Basically
people,
STEM subjects. STEM
yeah,
subjects
exactly,
গুলো.
same subject.
Okay. Okay. So আচ্ছা সব ইউনিভার্সিটিজ এর একটা প্রেফারেন্স থাকে লাইক ওরা যে ক্রাইটেরিয়াস গুলোতে ফোকাস করে একাডেমিক্স অর এক্সট্রা কারিকুলারস অর সোশ্যাল ওয়ার্ক এইচকেইউ অ্যাডমিশনস কমিটি কোনটার উপর সবচেয়ে বেশি এমফাসাইজ করে?
তোমার আপু যে ইউনিভার্সিটি হোক, কোনো টপ র্যাঙ্ক ইউনিভার্সিটি হোক, তো ফার্স্ট থিং দে উড লুক ইনটু ইজ ইয়োর একাডেমিক্স, বিকজ তুমি পড়াশোনা কিপ আপ না করতে পারলে তুমি কোনো কিছুই কিপ আপ করতে পারবে না। The first thing you need is academics, but যদি academic score অনেকেরই ভালো হয়, then the next thing they would look into is your ECAs, your recommendation letters, and your personal statement. Personal statement অনেক বেশি important. What you need to, what the information you need to provide in your personal statement, it's like what you have learned from your ECA and what you have learned from your school experience, because they like, rather than looking into your achievements, they like more looking into your experience and what you have learned and how you will use your experience in the future. So yeah, okay.
Okay. So now সবচেয়ে important question, tuition fees কিরকম? Tuition fees and then living costs ওগুলা আপনাদের তো 100% scholarships আছে, but একটা normal student যার 1% scholarship নেয়, so ওদের জন্য living cost and tuition fees এর aggregate কত হবে?
In the first year তোমাকে হলে থাকতে দিবে, so হলের fee হচ্ছে around, you could say 10,000 BDT to 20,000 BDT, maximum 20,000 BDT per month without the food expenses. Just living cost হচ্ছে 10 to 21,000 BDT. And about the food expenses, I would say আমি যখন ফার্স্টে হংকং এ আসছি, it's like, ও মানে সাপোজ তুমি ফার্স্টে চিটং এ আসছো, where would you go shopping? তুমি খুলশি মার্টে যাবা and you would be like, oh my god, এত এক্সপেন্সিভ, খুলশি মার্টে আসছি। But when you look around it too, you'll see that there are cheaper options in Hong Kong, where you can get the same thing at a more cheaper price. So তখন আর কি ফার্স্টে একটু এক্সপেন্সিভ থাকবে, বাট পরে কস্ট একটু কমে আসে। You could approximate the food cost to like 10,000 to 12,000 BDT per month or less. Maximum
Okay.
12,000 BDT.
And tuition fees?
And tuition fee per annum হচ্ছে 1,71,000 HKD.
Okay. So আচ্ছা এখন আমাদেরকে স্কলারশিপ নিয়ে কথা বলা উচিত, বিকজ কস্ট অনেকে অ্যাফোর্ড না করতে পারে, সো হোয়াট আর देयर চয়েসেস, লাইক স্কলারশিপস এর অপরচুনিটিস গুলো কিরকম, মেরিট বেসড স্কলারশিপস এর?
May I just speak on the topic?
Okay.
Okay, so basically, HQT scholarships are very much available. For Bangladeshi people, there are mainly three types of scholarships that they can attempt to. So one of them is merit-based scholarship. So people who are applying from the A levels background, they can apply for the A levels merit-based scholarship. ওটা জন্য অ্যাপ্লাই করা লাগে না, but most of the scholarship they will just HQ will just prompt you up when you just fill up the application form. But the other scholarship that I mainly want to talk about is the Belt and Road scholarship. So this is basically this scholarship is basically funded by the Hong Kong government along with the Chinese government for the students from the nations from the Belt and Road initiatives. So there is a link in the HQ admission portal for scholarships for the Belt and Road. So if you go into that link, you would find the um, countries that are in the Belt and Road countries. So Bangladesh is one of them, and you can apply for those. And HQ offers scholarship up to 140% of your tuition fee. So basically, you get 100% scholarship plus if you are very good in academically, so they will just give you some kind of remuneration for your living cost and other expenses. So from that perspective, I would say HQ is really beneficial for students from Bangladesh.
And financial aid, like যদি ওরা scholarships না পায়, financial aids আছে কোনো special for people that
Um,
aren't academically
for
inclined?
international students, there isn't much of financial aid, but people who usually apply to for scholarships, if you have got a good balance of academics and extracurricular activities, you would easily get into the scholarship. And there is not like a fixed number of scholarship that they give. It's basically your merits. If you have the merits, you are applicable for the scholarship.
Okay. So our next question, internship opportunities কিরকম, because students want to work when they're going to university for that extra cash. So internships গুলো কিরকম, or odd jobs even?
Okay. So basically, HQ Hong Kong is basically like international business hub, right? So there are a lot of international multinational corporation internships that the HQ students may choose from, which ranges from Morgan Stanley Bank to Standard Chartered to HSBC. Also, as well as if you talk about STEM-related companies, there is Google, Microsoft, Apple. There are a lot of headquarters as well. So from that perspective, there is a lot of internship opportunities. And odd jobs, you can work in the campus as well, and as well as outside the campus. But it is suggested that you work inside the campus by the Hong Kong University, because in your visa they would just allow you for 20 hours of jobs per 20 hours, maximum 20 hours of work per week. So and in the not on NOC, they would specify you that you have to work under HQ or inside the campus for the first 2 years, I guess.
Okay, তারপর গ্রাজুয়েশনের পর জবের prospects গুলো কিরকম after someone?
Maliha, I would like to add on the last questions. When
Yes,
you come to
please.
campus, you'll see that এখানে অনেকগুলো restaurants আছে like Starbucks or Subway. In fact, এই দুইটা না, you can see like 10 to 12 restaurants or more than that actually. So you can work there actually, and it's really feasible. And payment scale টাও, as it is Hong Kong, pay scale টাও it's quite good per hour এ হিসাব করে. And এখানে মাঝে মাঝে দেখবা যে কিছু রিসার্চ হয়, and রিসার্চের জন্য they need volunteers. তুমি যদি রিসার্চের জন্য হ্যাঁ কিছু ইন্টারন্যাশনাল স্টুডেন্টদেরকে প্রেফার করে না, ওরা লোকালদেরকে বেশি প্রেফার করে, বাট ওই রিসার্চ অ্যাক্টিভিটিগুলোর জন্য ভলেন্টিয়ার লাগা, তুমি যদি অ্যাপ্লাই করো, তুমি ভলেন্টিয়ার গুলো they'll pay you. So ওই অপরচুনিটি গুলো আছে আর কি. You can look into that.
Okay, so our next question এ চলে যাই, job prospects after graduation, like কত percent employment rate right after you graduate university?
Okay, the best part about this, let me speak about it. So HQ basically graduate employability rate is 99%, which is basically one of the top 10 universities in the world. From that perspective, as I said before, Hong Kong is a global platform for businesses and other multinational corporations. So there are a lot of opportunity. And also, as HQ is one of the most renowned universities, so adding both of them, you would get jobs easily. I would say comparatively easily than other universities if you opt out for the HQ.
Okay, so I'm gonna get you personal questions asked Grace so that our viewers can relate to you guys a little bit more. So আপনাদের major নিয়ে কিছু বলতে পারলে ভালো হবে. Like, what major are you guys in?
Malia, would you? Sorry. Subaita, would you first go? I would just go for the second one.
To talk about my major, I'm majoring in decision analytics. I know most of you have never heard of this thing. It's called data science. It's something of a combination of computer, stat, and math. What you do here is the big organizations, যে বড় বড় organization গুলো থাকে, they need some people যারা আহ, ওদের সবগুলা ডেটাকে নিয়ে প্রসেস করে একটা plausible plausible line দিতে পারবে, plausible একটা view দিতে পারবে of how the company is running recently and how the company will run in the future. So what data scientists do is they gather all the data from social media, from emails, from other sources, and then they use all that data to make an outline of how the organization is going and how it will be going in the future. So that's what my major is about.
To talk about my major, I'm basically doing a double degree at HQ. This is BBA and LLB law. So firstly, talking about law, LLB, many people would think that studying at Hong Kong law, it is mainly Chinese law, but not really. That's not the case. As Hong Kong was a British colony earlier, so the foundation of law in Hong Kong is mainly the British law. Uh, but in HQ, you would learn a lot of mainly the British law with some Hong Kong and Chinese law incorporated within. So it's basically you're learning the UK law at a much lesser cost and much bigger perspective for your future. And for BBA, my BBA is basically BBA law. This is for just double degree. So I'm planning to major in finance in my BBA. So this is, I mean, I chose finance because in corporate law, you would see a lot of financial transactions happening, and you have to deal with a lot of those. So basically, if I do have the knowledge prior to my LLB, so it would be better for me to flourish in the future and get a better job perspective. And also, it would be as the market is very competitive nowadays for law and DBA, I would have a greater advantage at that.
Okay. So how did you guys decide on HKU? Like, what made you really want to go there?
Um, okay, so one
Up
of
your
the
mic.
things
Okay.
so one of the major things that made me choose HQ is basically the rankings. University is basically a jump board for your career, right? So if you go to a higher ranked university which has a graduate employability rate of more than 90%, um, it is basically a jump start towards your career and your dreams as well. Plus, the double degree of BBA and law, it's not offered in many universities. In UK as well, you wouldn't find a lot of universities offering this program. So that's the reason I basically choose HKU. And also Hong Kong. I couldn't just go to a city which is much less international. And Hong Kong is also one of the most safest international city around the globe, along with being the business hub of Asia.
Mm-hmm. Apu?
The main reason I came to HKU is probably the scholarship. I applied to a lot of places in the US, Canada, and Europe, and HKU was the only university liberal enough to give me a full free scholarship. So that's the only reason, actually. But when I came to HKU, I found out a lot of reasons to actually stay here rather than what I knew when I was applying.
Yeah, those are good reasons. So, Hong Kong University they study car bar. Did you face any sort of struggles like adjust car সময় কোনো struggles face করতে হয়েছে আপনাদেরকে?
Um, Personally, I've been living here for 3 weeks, and I haven't faced some any major problems at all. হ্যাঁ মানে একটা because like I have some friends who are local and they've been living in Hong Kong for their entire life and ওরা Cantonese বা Mandarin বলতেই পারে না and they can survive in Hong Kong, so you can realize তুমি um Cantonese বা Mandarin না শিখেই হংকং এ থাকতে পারবা, হংকং এ ইজিলি মুভ করতে পারবা। আমার কোনো প্রবলেম ফেস করি নাই। হ্যাঁ, একটা জিনিস ফেস করছি, ওটা হচ্ছে there are a lot of people from mainland China here and when they're among themselves they prefer to talk in Mandarin rather than talking in English। স্বাভাবিক, তোমার গ্রুপে যদি তোমার যদি একটা গ্রুপ ডিসকাশনে থাকো and they're like out of 10 people 9 people are from China, তো স্বাভাবিক ওরা ম্যান্ডারিনেই কথা বলবে rather than talking in English because এটা ওদের জন্য আরো বেশি কমফোর্টেবল হবে। সো দ্যাটস দ্য থিং আর কি, ওইটাই একটা স্লাইট প্রবলেম যেটা ফেস করছি, এর বাইরে না।
আচ্ছা আপু, মালিয়া প্রবাবলি কারেন্ট চলে গিয়েছে, তো এটা একটা প্রবলেম হতে পারে
লোডশেডিং বাংলাদেশে।
ইয়া, হ্যাঁ, যার কারণে আমি চলে আসলাম। আর আপু আপনাদের এমনি পার্সোনাল এক্সপেরিয়েন্স যেগুলো আছে সেগুলো বলতে পারেন, মানে কি কি জানা দরকার আসলে একটা স্টুডেন্টের, মানে এইচকিউতে কেন অ্যাপ্লাই করবে?
I'll actually, I have the question list, so I'll just elaborate the question. The next question was, what are your plans after graduating from HKU? So, Rauf, would you like to answer that?
Well, for me, my plan is basically get into international legal firm in HQ. So yeah, I would try to get into an international legal firm in HQ to get the experience before I can uh, plan on my future or come back to Bangladesh to further enhance my work practice. And another thing I would like to mention is that I'm also planning to do my master's right after my bachelor's. So yeah, I would probably go into a better university than HQ, maybe if I get a chance. So yeah, that's my graduation plans.
I had another question, like language barrier question টাকে ask করা হয়েছে?
হ্যাঁ, না করা হয়নি।
Oh, okay. So, acha, Chinese language শিখাটা কি mandatory on, like, is it credit score depend করে language এর উপর?
ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ শেখাটা ম্যান্ডেটরি না তোমার জন্য, বাট ক্রেডিট স্কোর ডিপেন্ড করে না। ইউ ক্যান চুজ এ ফ্রি ইলেক্টিভ, লাইক চাইনিজ কোডটা তোমাকে রেকমেন্ড করে নেওয়ার জন্য, বাট তুমি you can get exempted from it and take a free elective instead. It's not mandatory. And I would say most of the courses teachers are ভালোই ইংলিশে ক্লাস নেয়, and কিছু কমন কোর কোর্সেস থাকে ওগুলো ক্যান্টনিজে রান করা হয়, but you can just not take those courses because they're like 100 or more common core courses. You can just choose one from them.
At any point did you feel like, আপনাদের টিচারের সাথে একটা কমিউনিকেশন গ্যাপ হয়ে গিয়েছিল আর ওরকম কিছু?
Personally, the teachers as they're born and brought up in Hong Kong and ওরা ক্যান্টনিজে বলে আসছে সারা জীবন, ইটস নর্মাল ওরা একটা ক্যান্টনিজ অ্যাকসেন্টে কথা বলে, আর ফার্স্টে একটু প্রবলেম হয় এটা বুঝতে, but after a few months you just get used to hearing the Cantonese English accent, and you get used to it. আর টিচারের সাথে কমিউনিকেট করতে একদমই প্রবলেম হয় না, দে আর রিয়েলি রিয়েলি ফ্রেন্ডলি। তুমি ওদেরকে মেল দিলে ওরা সাথে সাথে রিপ্লাই দিবেন, দে ট্রাই দেয়ার বেস্ট টু গিভ দ্য বেস্ট ইন দ্য ক্লাস। অ্যান্ড তুমি যদি টিচারের সাথে কমিউনিকেট করতে নাও পারো, দে ডেজিগনেট সাম টিচার অ্যাসিস্ট্যান্টস, টিউটার্স, অ্যান্ড যাদের সাথে তুমি ডিসকাস করতে পারবে প্রবলেম হলে, অ্যান্ড দে আর রিয়েলি লিবারেল। ওরা they help you with any problem you're facing.
I would like to add something to this. HQ in that sense, about teacher-student communication is really flexible. তুমি চাইলে সানডেতে ওদেরকে মেল করতে পারবো, you can just message them by the HTU portal and they would reply to you instantly. They don't care about any weekends or holidays. If they're free and they're able to answer, they would for sure answer to you anytime they want. So from that sense, HTU is a very good university option.
Okay, so we should talk a little bit about the Hong Kong university culture because students they don't just want to go into a university and study because at a foreign university they just you want to enjoy the culture a little bit. So how's the campus culture overall?
The best thing about one of the best things about being in HKU is there are lots of international students here, and everyone is like willing to explore, willing to make friends, and willing to gather the most wonderful experiences. So everyone is really up for having fun and up for, interacting with you, especially the international students. So I would say the campus culture is really vibrant. এখানে অনেকগুলো ক্লাব আছে, like more clubs than you can think. মানে তোমার হয়তো একটা মাইনর ইন্টারেস্ট থাকতে পারে যেটার জন্য তুমি কখনো অপরচুনিটি পাওই নাই বাংলাদেশে, বাট তুমি যখন এখানে আসবা you'll have more than, like, I don't know, infinite clubs here that তুমি তোমার অপরচুনিটিটা pursue করতে পারবা ওভাবে. So yeah, that's it. And yeah,
Okay.
and one thing I would like to add is about the hall culture. এটা আমি কিছুক্ষণ আগেও মেনশন করছিলাম। তোমার হল থেকে অনেক ধরনের অপরচুনিটি দেয়, যেমন there are hike clubs, badminton, dodgeball, there's some UNICEF clubs, you can do Rotary here. And হল থেকে মানে তুমি যদি ব্রডার ফিল্ডে ক্যাম্পাস থেকে এক্সপিরিয়েন্সটা না পাও, তুমি হলের মধ্যে থেকে হল অ্যাক্টিভিটিস গুলো করতে পারবা। So yeah.
Yeah, on that point, I would like to mention something. HQ really suggested you do ECAs and joint clubs because they prefer a holistic learning rather than just focusing on your academics. And also, ECAs is important because তোমার next year hall placement জন্য the hall mainly would look at your academics, but HQ to as there are more than 1,000 students or like 2,000, so they would suggest choose you based on your ECAs and all those on participation in extracurricular activities. And another thing about the university culture is I heard from some seniors and also in my research I found that in HQ there is a lot of study abroad or exchange opportunities. So this is really recommended because it just not only মানে তোমাকে Hong Kong perspective থেকে world থেকে দেখাবে না, but you can go to any leading universities in the globe. You can study there for a semester or two and get that international feeling যেটা তুমি which is appreciated by anyone and over the globe. So yeah, that's a advantage, and that's one of the most appreciated culture I would say is for HQ.
Study programs gula ki included with the tuition fees, like you have to pay some extra money to go on those.
You have to fund them yourself, but I would say that it is not much costly comparatively because of the benefits that you will be getting from the benefit and the experience that you'll be getting from those study abroad programs is more than what you're like paying for it. So I would say from that case it's comparatively cheaper.
What does the research look like? Like university research gula kya research programs gula kya onek flourish naki research programs engineering e অথবা tech নিয়ে?
I guess Subaita should answer that as she's from a STEM background.
Yeah, I would like to. Whenever I talk to my third year or fourth year students or students who are studying in the PhD program, what they mainly do is they mainly do that other classes থাকে and they do more of the research. So research scopes গুলো অনেক অনেক বেশি widespread. That's what you do in university. তুমি পড়াশোনা করবা and পড়াশোনাটা apply করবা research এর মাধ্যমে. and HKU is doing great on broadening your experience with the research. Another thing I would like to add on the previous question is you're living in Hong Kong. It's a huge, like, about the campus culture and the Hong Kong culture in general. That Hong Kong is a really wonderful city, I would say. And it has, like, there are so many things to do, so many places to see. You can, like, visit you can visit a place twice in every weekend and you'll not be done within 4 years. It's a really safe city. It's really comfortable with the transportation. So you'll never get bored, Erky. Personally, I never have. Like, it never feels
Okay.
lonely here.
So, being a person of color, did you ever feel like there was some sort of a discriminatory attitude, or just like this should like to shift an attitude towards you from the local people, not university staff or something like that, just local people?
Personally, I never have. As the longer I stay here, the more I realize that yeah, we may be international people. There are different people from China or Europe but I feel like that whenever we talk, there is this mutual bonding. Everyone is here to learn. Everyone is here to have fun, to gather knowledge, and এই থটটা সবার অনেক মিলে. So no, I personally never faced any shift of attitude. I personally think ওরা আমাদেরকে আরো বেশি আমার ইনফ্যাক্ট মনে হয় বাংলাদেশে মানুষ আরো বেশি জাজমেন্টাল আল্লাহ ও কালো আল্লাহ ও সাদা with those stuff, but এখানে আমি কখনো
Yeah.
ফেস করিনি. Everyone is really welcomed here.
Yeah, we're on a broad-minded high.
Yes, yes.
So that's the end of our questions. Do you guys have any advice that you would like to give to our prospective applicants? Oh,
Um,
okay. So we have a question. Do they accept diploma? I have done diploma in agriculture, and then I have also completed BSc in mechanical engineering. So he wants to apply as a freshman. So do they accept diplomas? Can you guys see the question on the screen? Okay, so
So he mainly wants to apply as a postgraduate. Arafat Bhaiya, I don't, আমি undergrad আসছি তো, so I don't actually, I'm really sorry, I don't know how postgraduate নিয়ে বেশি কিছু, but uh, soon in the group I'll be posting something, যে গ্রুপটা admission for Hong Kong universities for Bangladeshi students, ওখানে I'll be posting some to research করে I'll be posting some infos about the postgraduate studies, so you can look it up ওখানে.
okay, so college advice. Do you guys have any advice that you want to give to the prospective applicants? Oh, okay. Another question. Do I need to provide teachers recommendation letter? If I do need to provide some recommendation letter, will I have to upload it, or does it my recommender need to make account and submit it? Also, there's about
Yeah.
the Common App thing.
Okay, may I speak on that? So basically, recommendation letter জন্য you don't have to do much of the work. তুমি just তোমার teacher email address and you would just put in your application portal, and HQ will reach them directly to your teacher, and they would ask for all the necessary documents that would need from the teacher, and ওরা সব ধরনের instructions দিয়ে দিবে কিভাবে কি করার. The only thing that you need to do is basically push your teacher and remind her of the deadline যে এত তারিখের মধ্যে রেকমেন্ডেশনটা দিতে হবে. So that's all that you need to do. এছাড়া আর কিছু করতে হবে না.
Okay, audience থেকে আর কোনো questions আছে? I guess not. So, okay. Can I do part-time job on campus?
Yeah, may I answer that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can do part-time jobs on campus. There are ample opportunities for you on that.
Okay. Okay, so college advice for our prospective applicants.
Ralph, would you like to go first?
For prospective applicants, I would say mainly focus on your academics right now, because HQ mainly focuses on your academics. The better academics you have, the greater chance of getting a scholarship as well as getting admitted to your desired faculty. So academics, but at the same time, you should try out a few extracurricular activities. You don't need to achieve something or don't have a major achievement, but they would just see the experience or uh, that you participated in that and what you have basically learned from those. So yeah, that's all. That would be my advice.
Mm-hmm. Apu?
To prospective students who are coming to HKU and who will be coming to HKU, I think I will say what Rob mentioned. The first thing, that focus on your academics the most. The reason you came here, leaving your home and leaving everything behind, is to get a proper education. You're here to study. হ্যাঁ, তুমি অনেক, they're like there, you have to do so much after coming here. তোমাকে নিজের groceries করতে হবে, নিজের life, নিজের ব্যাংক অ্যাকাউন্ট, নিজের লাইফ, নিজের ইন্স্যুরেন্স, যা আম্মু আব্বু করে দিতে সারা জীবন, সবকিছু তোমার করতে হবে. You have to hang out with your friends, you have to participate in extracurricular activities. There's so much to do, but at the back of your head তোমাকে পড়াশোনাটা ঠিক রাখতে হবে. You have to study hard. The academics, the পড়াশোনা here is not easy. রফ তো জানে আমরা already অনেক প্রেসারে আছি and it's really hard. So you have to keep on with the pressure and study hard, and at the same time enjoy the opportunities that HKU has to provide and Hong Kong has to provide in general. Make some new friends. Everyone's really friendly. The city is really colorful. Have fun and work hard and play hard.
Okay, just to add to it, I would like to say that HQ is one of the top three Asian universities. So, as we know, Asian education is hard, right? So, from that perspective, HQ is really competitive for your academics. But more just first year to সমস্যা হবে to get accustomed with the study curriculum and the study methods in HQ or in Hong Kong generally. But from the second year, তুমি সবকিছু বুঝে ফেলবা. I mean, that's what most seniors told me. And also, within the past few weeks, I have been able to get accustomed to the university curriculum and the academics as well. And the main thing is that you need to learn to manage your time. Like that's the most important thing I would say, because HQ তে তোমাকে সবকিছুই করতে হবে. I mean, starting from your groceries, as Subaita said, from every personal stuff to all the academical and the ECS as well. And if you are opting out for part-time jobs, that as well. So be ready for that, and you have to have a strong dedication and focus towards your goal.
Okay. Okay. That's it for today. আপনাদেরকে আর কিছু বলার আছে? Do you guys want to add something else?
I would say that personally, I've applied to lots of universities in Europe and Canada and US, and I think Hong Kong was the best option for me because yeah, cost is a huge option. So I would suggest Jara are not sure if you should apply to Hong Kong or not, then do apply to Hong Kong. HKU na thakleo, there's HKUST, CTU, PolyU. You can CUHK, you can apply to those. They are great universities and you should come to study here, definitely.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. It was like so nice talking to you. I've learned so much today. And yeah, that's it.